Right then, ladies and gents, so I'm here to talk about Batwoman. I missed last week's episode, so we're going to review it this week. And there was a focus on cars, right? And if you didn't know, guys, I really like my cars. In fact, I have a car channel, which some of you may know, some of you don't. It's actually linked down below in the description box, so check it out. I'm currently rebuilding a Nissan Pulsar GTIR on that channel. But I really like my cars. And hot damn, were they garbage on their knowledge basis for cars in this episode. We come to expect that Batwoman is always going to be bad. Like, we're not idiots. We always know Batwoman is going to be bad, don't we? Yes, I hear you shout in reply. Of course we do. So these episodes, these last few episodes, are obviously winding out each little plot element that's been set up for this series. So we have Angelique, Bitch Mams' criminal turned maybe not criminal now ex-girlfriend, also / maybe girlfriend. She has been kidnapped, right? We've had her as a plot device for this entire season. Whether she was going to be good, whether she was going to be bad, you know, would Bitch Mams do anything good for her? Would she not? Whatever. But she's been kidnapped by Black Mask. Okay, cool. So what's she doing in this episode, and what does Bitch Mams have to come and save? Well, she's trying to cook Snakebite. Okay, so that's the one plot element. Angelique, they're trying to wound that one up. The second plot device is, of course, Mr. Kane, the guy who runs the Crows. He's now addicted to Snakebite, and they're starting to really show that, at the very least, towards other members of the Crows. You know, Sophie is like, oh, you know, what's wrong with you? Why are you being so mean? Like, okay, just grow a pair, but yeah, you've got a valid point. So they're sowing the seeds of what's going to come in the next few episodes. And then you've got Alice. Alice has finally confronted Nigma, and wants her memories back. So we've got a whole episode about this, alongside Bitch Mams going to go and get Angelique back. And how they do that, it's all about cars. Guys, it's all about cars. So we open to this episode with what looks like either an Infiniti G35, which is basically a Nissan 350Z. And they also have an actual Nissan 350Z. And then they have a Subaru. What you would guess anyway to be a WRX STI. And they're all screeching off down the road. They've all got turbo sounds. Side note, the only one with a turbo is the STI. But, you know, whatever. That doesn't matter. You got them all doing skids, actually, FYI. Quite difficult to do that in a Subaru because it's all-wheel drive all the time. It doesn't have a bias. It's a symmetrical all-wheel drive system. But doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. They're racing off down the road. And what they're doing is picking up ingredients for this drug that is running rampant around Gotham. And oh my god, what happens? Well, Sophie steals one of their cars. Doesn't bother to tell anyone. Batwoman jumps in to obviously ensnare one of these drivers because that's what Batwoman does. She's a vigilante. And she finds out it's Sophie. And she's like, I've been burned. Alright then, Soph. No worries, mate. No worries. So then what happens now? Well, ladies and gents, Bitch Mams has to borrow Mary's Porsche, right? Yep. Has to borrow Mary's Porsche and pretend to be a Fast and Furious driver. There is literally dialogue to the effect of, I'm a Fast and Furious driver. I did it like Fast and Furious. Who are you trying to appeal to in this goddamn episode, guys? Who? You spend all season talking about lesbian relationships and BLM and, black kids in the projects and things like that. And then all of a sudden you're now talking about Fast and Furious. I actually don't understand who you're trying to appeal to because it doesn't seem like that's your target audience. But okay, whatever. Give them the benefit of the doubt. She then reels off. She gets questioned by the other criminals. How much horsepower does that car have? Bearing in mind, it looks like a Porsche Panamera. And she goes, well, running standard, 1175. 1,175 horsepower, is that right? Is that right, bitch mams? That's definitely not right, love. That's definitely not right. What are you talking about? And then reels off a whole other bunch of random, crappy, insane numbers. It's not possible. But no, wait. That's not where it ends, ladies and gents. That is not where it ends. Because on the lead up to that, Sophie goes, "Do you know about cars? Do you know this?" And then asks a whole bunch of dumbass questions like, "Can you measure camber? How about the mass airflow?" It's like, oh my god, are you actually being serious? Has one of these writers just Googled car questions and they've gone, "Yep, we'll just add that"? What on earth are you doing? It would take 5 minutes to figure out the base horsepower of this Porsche model that you have in this show. 1,175. Are you high? What are you doing? Horsepower, 1,175. Really? Really? Oh my god. Anyway, of course, Bitch Man swoops in, semi-saves the day, but also doesn't sort of save the day as well, because they confront Black Mask, they track him down, she gets beaten, her blood, her DNA gets spilled on the floor, then in the very next scene she's not bleeding anymore, because that's smart. Oh, and guess who picks up the blood from the floor? Oh, a member of the Crows. Oh, and guess who snoops in the Porsche and figures out, finds a listening device? Oh, it's Sophie. Now who knows who Batwoman is? Basically everyone. Basically everyone. So that's all the car and narrative dumb shit out of the way. Let's get on and talk about Alice. Well, I'm not overly sure what's going on with this Alice thing. I think it's actually all in her head, but I could be wrong. We'll see in the next episode. Nigma basically hypnotizes her under her own request because she wants to forget about Kate. She wants to forget about Ocean. Maybe the breeze as well. I don't know. That's a joke. And yeah, she needs to confront all of these apparitions in her mind. But then Ocean randomly storms in, and it's like, is it actually Ocean? Is it actually not? They all remember, and then they apparently start sucking each other's faces at the end of the episode. And I'm like, okay, right, cool, no worries. Is this real or is it not? Because if it's real, this will actually be a pretty good happy ending for Alice, which would not be deserved, but also semi-deserved to a degree. I don't really know how to feel about it. So I think it's all in her head. I think they're trying to set it up as potentially real, but then to go, woo, riddle me this. It's not real. There you go. Garbage episode. I don't think there's one on this week, not from what I could tell anyway. It's trash. But what do you guys think? Of course, let me know. If you are new here, do hit subscribe. Again, please do hit subscribe to my second channel. Please do go and support the channel further. We've got memberships open, loads of good stuff. It's all linked down below. Bye.